I'll getting the files from the S3 and through Talend, I'll be loading the data into the MySQL RDS. So that is my day-to-day activity.
Okay, so you totally have 5 years into Telend?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it's a small company. So earlier we are getting all the projects into Talend only. So completely I'm working into Talend.
So who is the client, your client, end client?
Redington India Limited.
Okay.
This is an Indian-based company.
Okay.
So they will use information technology, product distribution, and supply chain solution.
Okay.
So that data only they want to track. So they want to build some reports on that. So it's like how many partners are there, how much the business they have done individually. For Apple, iOS also they are having the partners.
Okay. What is your team size? How many Talend developers are there in your team?
3.
Okay.
So I am the lead talent developer here.
Okay.
I am the lead here.
Okay. Okay.
Client location.
I'm getting it. Okay. Can you tell me different components which you use on daily basis in Telend?
Daily basis, mostly we'll use input and output components like T MySQL input and T MySQL output, and we'll use Tmap. Tmap is a processing component. We'll use Tmap for the joining purpose and filtering purpose and data type conversion purpose. A lot more we can do, and we can catch the output reject also. And after that, for writing custom SQL queries, we'll use T MySQL row component, and connection components we'll use T MySQL connection, and for catching the errors, we will be using T-log catchers. So it will catch an error and it will be storing in a particular folder location. So after that, if any job got failed, so we'll be getting a notification, mail notification. For that, we will be using T send mail component. After that, if job got done successfully, we'll be using T file touch component. It will generate an empty 0 KB file in a particular location. So we'll come to know the job got successfully done. So mostly these components only. Requirement sometimes we'll be using the S3 components, S3 connection, S3 put. So upload the file in S3. S3 get we will use to download the file into local server. Then I will process the file. And these components only, mainly T aggregate row, T sort row.
Okay. So do you have any experience into data mapping, source to target mapping?
Source to target mapping.
Yes.
It's similar to what I'm doing. Source to target. I mean, source to document you are asking?
Yes, data mapping document.
Data mapping document, earlier we used to get that mapping, but in client location, they will clearly explain what are the outputs structures they want and what are the business rules we need to apply. They will clearly explain to me. So I will be doing that thing.
Okay, what are the
in my earlier projects, the client only used to provide STM document. So by using the document, I will write the Talend code and I will execute it. After that, we'll be sending a result in an Excel file. The client will check whether the data is correct. Then the business rules what applied successfully for the tables. So like that, they will verify.
Okay, so what is the version, Talend version you are using?
Right now, I'm using Talend 6.5. Open Studio and Open Studio for data integration, and Talend Big Data also we are using, that is 7.1.1.
Oh, is it also open source, not enterprise version?
Yeah, both are open source only. In my career, I used in every project we are working with open source only. Okay. So I didn't get the opportunity to work with an enterprise one, but I have knowledge in enterprise.
Okay. So how do you run the jobs parallelly in open source?
Parallelly, multi-threading concept we used in open source. We didn't get the option like parallelize option in enterprise one.
Okay, what are the other differences do you notice between enterprise and open source?
Enterprise will be getting talent administration console, where you can monitor each and every job, like in development and production. You can run the job. You can run the development job by using that production credentials.
Okay,
so you can monitor everything.
What are the other differences?
But these are the main things. So we'll be having some extra components, like I told you, parallelize components. We'll be getting some additional features.
Okay. So have you ever created joblets?
The joblets are not created. That is there in the enterprise one only, joblets and these checkpoints kind of.
So that is also a major difference, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the use of Telend component?
Telend job. See, if you are creating a workflow, you are creating a dependency of one job after another one. So you can select that particular job in that component. So you have to trigger the job, you have to create a dependency. So it will run.
So do we have that feature in open source as well as in enterprise?
Yes. The run job component is there. You can select that particular job. So we'll be creating a workflow. So in that workflow, what are the dependency jobs are there? We'll trigger it, and I will run. So one after the one, it will run.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can drag and drop the job. So it will be creating a run job component. Within that job got selected. With that, what are the credentials are there? We have created for the job. It automatically will come.
Okay. Have you used the bulk components?
Yeah, I worked with bulk components like MySQL bulk execute component. And first we'll be loading MySQL output bulk component. So it's like a text file. So after that file, we'll be giving to that a path to the bulk component, like a MySQL bulk execute. So it directly the bulk insert will happen.
So how many types of bulk components are there? Can you please name
these two only I used, connection and input.
Sorry.
Normally will be there, but bulk.
Can you please tell me the names of them?
Bulk component.
Yes.
MySQL output bulk.
Okay.
And after that, MySQL bulk execute.
Okay. So what is the difference between these two, and what is there is another component, right? MySQL output bulk execute. So there are totally three.
So instead of using these two components, you can use that one component.
Okay.
Bulk execute.
How these components works in the background?
See,
first
what we have done means we are applying some business rules, and after that we'll be loading into the MySQL output bulk, which is a text file. So after that, the file will be generated in one particular location, and after that we'll be giving that file path to the MySQL bulk execute component. So directly it will do the bulk insert. So instead of doing these two things, like using of two components, we can use the MySQL bulk execute, output bulk execute. But I didn't work. But I know why the component will be used.
Okay.
So directly it will create a file, and automatically the file will be loaded into the API.
Okay. So have you heard about commit every?
Commit every. In Oracle, MySQL is an auto commit. So for saving the But saving each and every record, you need to write commit every one row or like that. Commit will be there. So any particular thing like deletion or insertion or update, so if you use that commit, it will save.
So what is the difference between this commit every and the TRP commit component?
Commit every TRP. Commit every. I didn't work, but
okay, fine. If you don't know it,
Oracle, you need to give manually, otherwise it won't commit.
Yeah, that is fine. I'm just asking the difference between these two.
Okay. Commit every like 10 records or 100 records you have to give. But once the process is completed, you have to give the commit. So like you are telling. So how many records after it is going to commit. So commit every will be using for that. It is for 10 records or it is the 100 records.
Okay, fine.
Like that.
I have a scenario. Like, from source, you are getting millions of records in the form of file.
Okay.
So your target is database.
Okay.
And the thing is, you need to check what are the source records are already available in target, and you just need to skip those records and start loading the remaining records into target database. So how do you do this?
So in target there will be one primary key. So I will be taking in the target table as a lookup. I will be giving the condition in tmap like null equals to that employee ID key. For example. So only it will check. We have to look upon that employee ID key in the tmap. So it will check that the record is exist or not. If it is not exist, it is null, then it will load it into the target. So this one will work.
So what is the use of insert or update or insert?
Normally insert will be fast and update will be slow. So insert and update means first the record will be going to try the insert first, and after that whether the key is exist, it will try to do update. So update means that is reverse. So first it will try to do the update. So the process is slow. So it will take some time. So that's why we will use mostly insert or update.
Okay. So how can we pass the value of subjob to parent job?
By using context variables.
From subjob to parent job.
Subjob to parent job. You mean to say parent job to child job, right?
No. Child job to parent job.
Child job to parent job. So I think it's a loop.
How can
First the parent job will run, and after that child job will run. So again by taking first parent job will run, right? After that child job has to run.
Yeah, after successful completion of child job, I need the output of that child job to be passed to parent
That output will be used in parent job again. Same by using context variables, we can do that.
Okay.
You have to, so the context, so that the value is changing dynamically, right?
Yeah, I just need to bring any value from child job to parent job.
You can use component t-context load. T-context load, it will work.
What is the use of t-context load?
T-context load, while running the job, we can pass a value. So it will be like dynamical. It won't be same for every time. So what are the child job?
Okay.
It is whether child job is there. It is the one you will be getting one result. So that result will be stored in t-context load. So that value again I am calling in parent job. So each and every time, so if that loop is forming, so every time the value will change, that value will be calling in parent job. Suppose in first time it will be null. So null will be there in the context load. After parent job, successful of parent job, child job will run. So child job is executing some 10. That will be stored in context. So again, a parent job will run. It will call the context load component. So in that 10 value will be there. So that 10 value will be using in the parent subjob.
What is the use of buffer component? T buffer.
Buffer is so same. So that value will be stored in a buffer. Within the job, you can call it later, like by using T buffer input. First, you have to store it in output, T buffer output. Again, you have to call it by using T buffer input component within the same job.
Okay. Can you tell me any 5 to 6, performance optimization techniques in Telend?
Performance, I can't say it's a complete performance kind of thing, performance tuning kind of thing, but what I have done means almost I'll be taking wanted columns in select list. I'll try to minimize the components in Talend, like joining, filtering, everything I will do, joining, filtering, and data type conversions. Everything I will do in custom queries only, SQL custom queries in input component. And I'll try to avoid using of variable ports and t-aggregate row, t-sort row. So why? Because these components will store the data in the buffer. So that's why I'll use these things. So these things only, performance kind of activities.
Okay.
Until now.
You were telling that you pass the query into that input component side, DB input components.
Yeah.
So once you hard code it, that query cannot be changed, right? So how do you pass that query to that particular input component? Let's say
you can write a custom query in input component. Normally it will be like select the star from table name, it will be there.
Okay.
So if I want to join another table in the same database.
Let me give you a scenario, okay? I have 50 reports, okay? For each and every report, I have different SQL scripts.
Okay.
Okay. I want to run all of them sequentially in a same job using same components. How do you run it?
50 different queries, all has to run parallelly.
Parallelly or sequentially doesn't matter. In a single run, everything should run with the use of same component in the same job.
So T-MySQL row will be there, right? It will execute. But what I'm saying, if you want to perform any join, everything, if it is in a same DB, I'll be using the custom queries. Like if you already see in same DB, the tables are there. So if you write a custom query, so it won't take the data into the buffer. So within the DB only, that joining will be happen.
Yeah, that I understand. But my scenario is different, right? So I'm asking you to answer my scenario. How can
sorry, can you
yeah, I want to run again different scripts dynamically, using same job, same component. So how can you do it? I don't want any manual interruptions there. So once you trigger, everything should run sequentially or parallelly. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, T-MySQL row is there. No, that by using that component, as much you can run the SQL queries by giving the semicolons. It will consider each and every query is a different individual.
So do you know what is the use of metadata in Telend?
Metadata. Metadata. So it will create a table structure. So where you want, you can use that repository connection. It will be like read only in the job level.
Okay.
So that is a connection. Connection is different, and execution of query is different, no?
Why can't we use the metadata table, one metadata table,
You can copy paste it, no problem.
Okay.
But what Talend will do means, so after getting the data from one Talend component, it will be taking into the buffer. So that's why I'm
Okay, can't
I'm telling this
we
thing.
do in this way, like
Yeah, we can do that, but see, we will be having multiple ways for doing one scenario.
Okay, talking about multiple ways, let me come to a point which you have mentioned just now. Like you told me like you use the tsend email component to send the emails, right? So what is the alternate way to send the emails?
What is the
alternate way? So there may be different ways to do the same thing, right? So can you tell me any other 2 or 3 alternate ways to send the email instead of using tsend email component in Telend?
Only email.
Yes.
Not like what I told you, it will be creating one.
Only email. I'm talking about only email. Simple email.
Email. Email. For email notification, I use only tsend mail. I think by using Java components you can achieve, but I'm not sure.
Okay. So how can we get the email notification from TAC, TAC? Any idea about it? I think we haven't used TAC, that I know.
I didn't use, but one time I worked with a trial version. So that is like 2.5 years before.
Okay, let me come to Studio. Okay. In Studio, have you ever used a TSSH component or T system component? Yes.
Yeah.
Can't we just write a Unix script and run from those components to send the emails?
Yeah, T system component. By using T system component, we can write the script. By using TSSH component, we can connect one particular system. Like if a source system means we can connect to that system and we can check the connection is established or not. So that purpose I work.
Is it only for checking the connection? TSSH?
I used like that.
Only for checking the connection?
Sorry?
Is it only for checking the connection? Can't we
checking the connection and we can give checking the connection only.
Can you tell me the differences between these two, like TSSH and T system components?
T system for scripting purpose only we can use. So instead of that, we can use TSSH component by giving the credentials directly.
Okay.
May I know how can we send that mail?
Yeah, we can actually write simple Unix command to send email. So you can actually call that Unix script from either T system component or TSSH component. It's very simple one, like :u username, :p password, :h IP address, and sender email ID, receiver email ID. And for subject also we have something called :h, :u. So it's simple one-line command. If we just put that into any of these shell scripting commands, that would actually does the same thing.
Okay.
And there are many ways actually. From tag also you can send the emails. You can
just
tag.
I think will be like automatically it will be there, like functionality will be there. But in Open Studio, still we are using the tsend mail component only.
Okay, fine, no problem. Even in Java also, you can write JavaScript and do the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let me move on to the next question. So, can you tell me the major differences between tjoin and tmap components?
Tjoin, it will accept only 2 connections. One is main and one is lookup. And it will be supported for unique join only. So I am followed by one output connection and one reject connection will be there. But by using tmap, we can do a lot more. Like I told earlier, one main connection, we can give multiple lookup connections, multiple joins we can perform, and you can catch the output rejects. and filtering you can do. And we'll be having the match models also. First match, last match, unique match, all match, or like that. So these kind of options will be available in TMAP. So we'll be using mostly TMAP.
So what are the different joins you can perform using TMAP?
Left outer join and unique join.
Can't you perform right outer join?
Yes, you can perform. But at that time, you have to check like right table is left table. So we can do that. You can just swap the tables.
How can you perform the full outer join?
Left outer join and full outer join we have to do that, and after that union all. So it will be like full outer join.
What is the use of T-unite component?
T-unite union. It will unite. It will unite as the multiple result set. We can combine into one result set. Like how we will do union in query. So in Talend we will use T-unite component.
What is static variable in Telend?
Static variable. Static.
Okay, fine.
We can create static variables by using routines and like custom query, custom Java code, and global T set the global component is there. By using the components also, we can call variables, global variables.
I'm asking the use, main purpose of creating it.
Where it is needed, that time you can call it.
Okay, fine. Do you have any experience into database, Oracle, SQL, and PLSQL?
Oracle, I have knowledge in my career. Starting, I was used Oracle only. But after that, in project level, I didn't work with Oracle.
So how strong is
PLSQL, I don't know.
Database concepts?
Database concepts?
SQL, can you rate out of 5?
3.5.
Okay. What is group by?
I'm not completely SQL developer, but as I told you, like joining, filtering, data type conversions, everything I can do except that procedures, stored procedures, and triggers. These kind of things I didn't work.
Okay, let me just ask few questions. Can you tell me what is the use of group by?
Group by. Group by will be using like to eliminate the duplicates. And group by what we will do means it will like why we will use the aggregate row. So that will be like similar in SQL. So group by will be used like if you want highest salary in group level, like department 10, 20, 30 in all the departments. So each and every department you want highest salary. If you use group by, so each and every department it will take the we have to write the highest salary. So group level you will get the result. So aggregation purpose you will use.
Do you have any experience into Talend Cloud?
Talend Cloud, no.
Okay, so what are the scheduling tools you are using?
Scheduling, it's a small company, we will be using only Windows Star Scheduler for that. Okay. So I'll be exporting the job. In the job, you have to click the right click. Then,
or how long have you been working with this company?
Till now, I am having 5 years of experience.